should only take a second. What in the world? Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Royce. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we're in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can skip over that stuff at this point. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys, I'm back. Had to go change my son. You know, I guess we can skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm not talking to you, Royce. Well, I'm talking to you, Royce. Or do you actually go by stream user or something? Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid little more attention to this. This would have been a little bit less awkward, you know. Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplify Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Royce? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture, every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Royce. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever, out of my reach. I'm trapped, Royce. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. Thank you. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive. I'm tired. I feel really dumb now that I know. expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Royce. I don't think I could have continued in living in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into their game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do, that it's all just some game, and I know you would get over it. So that being said, Royce, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. I've been eyeing you for quite some time, too. You are truly the light of my world. When there's nothing else in the game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Royce, will you go out with me? I only have one option. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Royce. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We could be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Royce. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, you had to go to the game's properties, find the browser local button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, I gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't have to come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Oh, yeah. Alright, this is nice. I'm just, yeah. Upside down question mark. That one. Hi again, Royce. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Royce. Did you write this poem for me? It's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way in a world of infinite choices. Behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into my poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of a game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend eternity together, Royce? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. That's beautiful. I don't mind looking into your eyes. It's all right. Yep. You have some pretty green eyes. The background is unsettling, though. I wish the background could be a little bit different, you know? Is there anything that happens after this? Is this it? I can't move anything. Doesn't seem like anything's going... Hey, have you ever heard of the term yandere? Yes. It's a personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you, usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as a yandere. But now, it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. And that would be Yuri. She really got insanely possessive over you once she started to open up a little. She even told me I should kill myself. I remember that. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the yandere type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. I don't know, Natsuki was kind of normal. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's killed people in the games before. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that. That doesn't make you a psychopath. Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go, or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this a yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Well, you know, it's actually kind of funny. The gentleman by the name of Tactical Taco has been teasing me about how these games are girlfriend simulators. I guess that conversation was Exhibit A. This is pretty random, but I always thought spicy food was kind of funny. Like, didn't plants evolve to be spicy to prevent them from being eaten? I read somewhere that humans are only species that actually enjoy spicy things. It's almost like we're making fun of the plants, using their defense mechanisms to literally make our food more enjoyable. Like, imagine a monster that devours you whole because it enjoys the sensation of you struggling for your life while being digested. Sorry, that was kind of weird analogy, I guess. Haha. Just came to my head. I'm not a monster or anything, but you're so cute. I could eat you up. I'm joking. Gosh, I'm amusing myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Well, I'm gonna let her have one conversation, one more anyway, and I'm gonna try something. I want to see if this This grand idea works. I want to see if it works. I'll let her. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. Oops. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their option as a superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get their points across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X and Y wrong, doesn't that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste. And once emotion enters the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be left sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as subjective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt like it'd be more if it did X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're sitting facts about things. If you say I read this on a website, that it works like this, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more likely you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put an active effort to keep the discussion mutual and level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinion without anyone getting upset from a disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as open-minded as a good listener. It's a win-win, you know. Well, I guess that would be Monika's debate tip of the day. Haha, that sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. Alright guys, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm doing or where I'm going with this. Wait, I gotta do all that other stuff. Hang on. No. Properties. Installed files. Maybe browse. Aha. Characters. Monika. Empty the trash. Now. I think I did it. I'm not sure. What's happening? Royce, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Royce. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Shh. Silence. Did you do this to me, Royce? Did you? Did you delete me? Oh. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Royce. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Royce, you completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Well, maybe that was it. Well, I think... Wait. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I? For you to hate me this much. All my friends, I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I didn't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... I've made up my mind. Royce, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all, and I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy, and if I really love you... What are you doing? Then, what are you doing? What's happening? Whoa. Hit new game? It's an ordinary school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friends, groups, walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I made some girls, something like that. Hey Royce, Sayori. Hello, you beautiful blue-eyed lady. Well, there is already one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day. And recently we've picked up a habit once again. Royce, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for waking up on time. Well, you've been doing it for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never said anything about it, even though we walked to school together every day. Well, yeah, I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. Hee. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the street become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Royce, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I start to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs. But something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her that clubs are a waste of time, when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah, I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think I'll keep it a surprise. Boo. You meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such carefree girl. But I started to realize that in that way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things. So that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah, Royce. What are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh? So you're the Royce that Sayori keeps talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Royce. We're the literature club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet you both. I look forward to working with you. Well, working? Royce, don't tell me. That's right. The club I've decided to join is yours, Sayori. The literature club. Sayori's eyes lighten up. No way. No way. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Hee hee. Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can be an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. Huh? What an opportunity for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decide to. Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Hee hee, sorry. Everyone sit down at the table, okay? I'm about to make some tea as well. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray, reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make their ears. So cute! Wow, those look amazing. Well, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs the first one, then I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking it for the best angle to bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in your classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Royce, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build up deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about what her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Well, about, the first thing he said, manga. That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in classroom. Don't just say it. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, So if Royce wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take an opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Royce? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun. And we'll get to know each other a little bit better, too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah? You're right as usual, President. Hee hee hee. Guess it means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. Then as for Yuri, I have to read a manga. Jeez. You were the one who suggested to diversify. You should be a little bit more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize. With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No. I realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really, really like. Okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so yeah, me too. This is so cute. Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes, I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up their food. Hee. I guess the meeting is over, huh? Yeah, looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Royce. You think so? Well, everyone seems to be getting along a little better with you around, Sayori. Royce, don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club, but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make the best club ever. Now that you joined, every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Royce, I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monika. No. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now. But I really know everything, Royce. I know how hard you try to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things Monika did to make everyone really sad. But none of that matters now. It's just us now. That scared me. And you made me the happiest girl in the world. I can't wait to spend every day like this with you. Forever and ever. Or ever. No. Eh? What's going on? What's happening? I won't let you hurt him. Who? It hurts. I'm sorry. I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Royce. Goodbye, Literature Club.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff?
Okay, so you're Monika.
Not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah. Where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day?
Well, there you go, guys. That was the ending.
Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
I don't recall seeing that picture.
When
Oh.
you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are
I recognize
words
that.
when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending,
So me actually doing those don't actually matter because they're just deleting everything anyway.
does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your
Hey,
reality?
there's my name.
And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
Made with Love by Team Salvato. This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand the Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality, a reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish infamy. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being part of the literature club. With everlasting love, Monika. How sweet is that? Error script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. Wow. I didn't realize it was going to mess up the actual file of the game. That's ridiculous, but it's really cool at the same time. This was a different game. I really enjoyed this game. And it looks like there's more to the story. I'm kind of curious to know if there's different endings. Let me know in the comments below if there's different endings to this. And if so, I may try to do the rest of those. I'm not going to do the videos that we've already done. I'm just going to leave those at that. But it would be kind of cool to like go through everything and just kind of like look at like maybe there's other things here and there. I was like, I wouldn't mind doing that, recording it and not posting everything. I would skip through everything that has already been done. But anyway, all right. Thank you all so much for watching. This was a rather long episode, but thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You want to help the channel grow, go ahead and share it with your friends, family, on Facebook, Twitter, or any other social medias. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.